Hi, I'm Vanessa Pollock, owner of Pollock Properties Group of Keller Williams Premier Properties. And today we are talking about Maplewood, New Jersey. As I thought about the information I wanted to share about Maplewood, New Jersey, let's call it an infomercial, I thought, you know what, everybody knows that we have the #1 team, real estate team serving this community. They also know that I've lived in this town for 1,000,000 years and that I've raised 3 kids here. So really nobody needed to hear anything from me. What we need everyone to hear is the truth of Maplewood, New Jersey from our very own Mayor Frank McGehee. So join me as Frank and I stand under these trees and have a very frank conversation about Maplewood, New Jersey. Well, thanks so much for coming out and having a moment in the gorgeous outdoors with us in front of Town Hall to have a conversation about our beloved Maplewood.
Well, Vanessa, I appreciate the opportunity, and it is a beautiful day, right?
It is. It's gorgeous. Now, how long have you been in Maplewood?
So my family, we've been here for 8 years now.
Okay. What brought you to Maplewood? Like, what drew you in?
Yeah. Well, Maplewood has so many amazing attributes that would bring anyone in. For us, it was the location, proximity to the train, and also to the city.
Yeah.
And then as we were looking at other towns in the area, the key about Maplewood and made it so attractive to us was really the people.
Yeah.
You know, every time we came to visit, we always had what I called a Maplewood moment. You know?
I love that. It was the same for us. We've been in the Maplewood South Orange community since 2006, and
Wow.
the same. We felt such a deep connection to the people in the community, and we'd been house hunting in other areas that are wonderful, and for whatever reason, it all just kind of crystallized for us here.
Exactly.
So I understand that for sure. How would you describe the character of Maplewood, New Jersey?
That's a great question. You know, the character of Maplewood, New Jersey also aligns with its people, but also the type of houses and homes that you see.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, right? In different sizes,
You
colors.
know I'm a realtor, right?
That's right. So I'll talk more about the people.
Exactly. People in houses.
Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
No worries at all. But do you see a vast array of people in Maplewood, right? Of different
Yeah.
backgrounds, religions, sexual orientation. It's really kind of this eclectic but beautiful community.
Yeah.
You know, and really when you have that eclecticness and that diversity, in the true word of diversity, not just black and white, but, you know, wealthy and other you know, economic means and, you know, and sexual orientation and things like that, it exposes you to things that you may not be exposed to in your core culture. And that's the beauty of, I think, of Maplewood, the people.
I couldn't agree more. We used to live on a corner that I felt like was like the United Nations. Like we have dear friends next door, a married lesbian couple. We had a wonderful Indian family across the street.
Awesome.
We had our black friends next door
Yes.
who were like Hudson's besties growing up. And just this beautiful array of, like you say, diversity amongst so many different facets of
Yes.
humanity, right? Like you say, it's not just black and white. There's so many layers to it, and this community has that. And it's, again, one of the reasons why Charlie and I wanted to raise our family here too, to be a part of that for sure.
Yeah, I could totally understand that because, you know, when you live in a diverse environment, you grow quickly because you get
Yeah.
exposed to so many different cultures and, you know, preferences, religions, and that's how you learn because, you know, we are a global society and Maplewood kind of reflects that in our small little community here.
Yeah, agreed. And the character of the homes, like you said, that's pretty special too.
They are
I mean,
awesome.
that's what's so cool is this is not like a subdivision where
Correct.
you get house model A, B, or C, right?
Correct,
Like
yes.
every single home has different flavor and flair and has been renovated in one direction or another, and you can literally see, oh, that wing was added on in the 1940s and this was added in the 1980s, and now here we are in the 2000s, and it gives so much amazing character architecturally throughout the neighborhood. So it's both that physical representation of the homes, but then also the people that live within them.
Agreed. You know, I'll go for a drive. Even in the evening time, you get to see all that character and charm for our community.
You just made me feel a lot better that I'm not the only one that drives around at night and tries to look inside people's houses. I don't know. I just love interior spaces. So and used to live in the East Village, then Jersey City, and out here, and I'm guilty of doing that in every place that I've ever lived. So thank you. I feel better now. Speaking of getting out, driving around, talk to me about a date night. If you're taking your wife out on a date night, where do you guys go?
Yes. See, I should be careful with this question because I'll show preferences to other restaurants, but right. I'm only joking. No, we do go to restaurants throughout the entire community, and we love so many different restaurants. You know, from Lorena's to Freetown and so forth.
Yes.
But we really like to go to Luna Stella. It seems to be lately our go-to. You know, we can walk into what they call Maplewood Village, and we sit there and have a great meal and great ambiance, and we've enjoyed those kind of date nights. And then as we're walking home, we'll grab some ice cream at the ice cream parlor, and that's about it for a date night. So it's nice. It's really nice.
I would imagine you two are similar to Charlie and I, that when you walk into town, you have to add on like half an hour to 45 minutes right. because the people who want to stop and talk to you, literally like I'm doing to you today. But I mean, I think I would be remiss not to thank you all for your service to the community and how you have just poured your whole life and heart into these towns. And this isn't the end of the conversation. I'm not like wrapping up the video right now, but I know how much you open your family up to the community, and just walking into town for a date night isn't just about the two of you. It is an opportunity for you to build relationships with all of these people and to feel connected to them, and I appreciate that. I know that it's intentional and purposeful, and the layers that come with that. So thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. We, when we moved here, we said we were going to put our, put skin in the game and not just like be residents, but be active, community individuals. And as you can see, we've done exactly that. And
oh my gosh, yes, you have. Full out. You have inspired all of us to do more and do better. So thinking more about Maplewood, for you, are there any hidden gems in the town that you want people to know about?
That's a good question. So, there's a couple of them that I do like. So for example, one that's part of the town, maybe the extension of the town, is our South Mountain Reservation. Yes. I cannot explain how amazing that area is, especially on a Sunday when they close the main drive through. It's called Brookside Drive. In the winter, you'll see deers running through the snow if you're going for a walk or a run. In the summer, you'll see somebody playing with their dogs and people playing frisbees, and it's really one with nature. There's so many trails. It's such a beautiful gym that we have, just really in very close closeness to our town. And then also from a food perspective, we have a lot of good food in town.
Yes, we do.
And I think people should know that we have kind of a foodie town. So there are a couple of places that I think are hidden gems. Gigi Cupcakes on the Springfield Avenue are delish. I would highly recommend that to anyone who's interested. And then the Salvage Cafe, right off of Elmwood Avenue. An amazing avocado sandwich. Like, that's very good. So I'm giving you some food gems or hidden gems. And then of course, for me, it's really just how you walk each street and you see the character, or run or bike, because I do a lot of biking or cycling in town. And, and so you find, as you do those things and go to certain streets, you find hidden gems. And we have DeHart Park, that's another hidden gem in some of our parks in the area too.
Literally, we raised our kids in that park.
Okay.
And, I guess let me back up. DeHart Park, yes. On DeHart Street, there is a park.
Yes.
Orchard Park.
Orchard Park, yes.
So that's a hidden gem to me, because we literally called it Secret Park. My kids growing up were like, Secret Park, Secret Park.
Secret Park, I love that.
Because it's just the one little path in the middle of this non-cut-through street. You got to know that it's there.
Yes.
So those parks really are hidden gems for sure.
Yes.
I'd have to throw in, I don't think it's a hidden gem, I hope people know about it, but cornbread.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
It's like the greatest.
Cornbread is to die for, let me tell you.
I mean, it's, that's a Pollock favorite for sure.
That is good. Yes, I'm a big fan of cornbread. Adina's done a phenomenal job.
Oh my gosh.
Indeed.
Amazing. Amazing. you've raised your family here, we've raised our family here, which means that we both have a lot of experiential wisdom within our school district.
Yeah.
What would you like people to know about our school district, both challenges that you might want to address and also the wins within the district?
Yeah, our school district is a big part of why we're not just Maplewood, but Maplewood and South Orange. So MAPSO, if you will, just this community. And
MAPSO or SOMA, that's very telling what we say, right?
Exactly. At this point, I'll go either way.
Me too.
I'm okay with either one, but our schools is also the foundation of our community, right? A lot of people leave the city and other more urban dense areas to come to Maplewood and South Orange, to have a school district that aligns with, their home or their house or so forth. And for us, we enjoy our schools, our public schools, our daughters, at Columbia. And a big part of that is the education that she gets, especially in the arts, the culture.
Yes.
The arts program, I think, in our school district is second to none in the state of New Jersey.
Agreed.
There's so many young people that have come out of our school district in all types of areas of the arts, from music to theater to movies. And they've just done a phenomenal job. And, in digital, marketing and media as well. And, when you go to these Hall of Fame events they have and you see these amazing people that have come through our community, through that school district, it just speaks volumes.
Yeah.
One of the great things also about our school district is that we're enhancing it. Just recently, the town, as well as South Orange, approved a $161 million bond because, we want to upgrade our facilities and bring them up to speed. And, once we go through this process, every single school getting touched, infrastructure and technology.
What do you think the timeline on that is? Because I'm thinking about people who are moving into the community with babies and toddlers who are like, oh, what does that look like? How many years does that project take?
So it's going to take a couple of years holistically.
Yeah.
So for us, we'll probably not reap all the benefits of what we sow, if you will. But for those
because of our big kids,
exactly, our kids are they're looking at the front door a little bit.
That's right.
But for young families coming in or young families still here, it's an amazing upside for them.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years, 2 to 3 years, as each lower school and the middle schools and the high school get these upgrades, they're going to see it. It's going to be tangible, and it's also going to enhance their experience. So, I think it's a huge upside for any young family who's here in Maplewood or coming to Maplewood.
Yeah. I mean, we can hear the families and the kids right now in the background, right?
Yes.
We're right across the street from Memorial Park where there's a camp happening right now.
Yes.
The kids are screaming and having the time of their life, and it really is. It's such a family-friendly community, and the schools are such an important part, like you say, of the foundation and the fabric of our community, for sure.
100% agree.
All right, I'm going to ask you the question that's kind of the elephant in the room. What's the deal with the taxes?
Here we go. Here we go.
Talk to us, Mayor.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So it's one of the it's one of the most pressing questions that that I get and anyone who is an elected official will get. And and just to give you a little bit of the technical stuff and then get into the meat on the bones is that our taxes are really divided into 3 parts. It's our school taxes, our county taxes, that are municipal town taxes, and then the town ourselves, we are about 25% of your tax bill.
Okay.
And then the rest is school district and county. County is about 17%. The difference, a little over 50%, our school district.
Okay.
School taxes are tough. I really can't speak in depth into those, but just the way the funding has been leveraged in Trenton and how it's allocated, that we have to carry a lot of that burden.
Right.
And so that does impact your tax bill. Now, from a municipal perspective, I can speak to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So, for us, through the years, we've been trying to be very diligent about maintaining a certain amount of tax increase year over year. Right. But Maplewood, what's beautiful about Maplewood, if you notice, there's so many residential homes in our community, but not a ton of commercial space.
No.
And because of that, we don't have what they call the ton of ratables, where you could, you tax commercial entities or corporate entities, like a Short Hills Mall or a corporate office complex. We're truly a residential community.
Yes.
And because of that, unfortunately, we have to carry a lot of the burden of running the day-to-day operations of a township.
Right.
When you think about our taxes, we spend that money thoughtfully. Like right now, we're focusing a lot on infrastructure and on equipment to make sure that the simple things that we may or may not take for granted are addressed. Our sewers work, our snow plows don't break down.
Right.
These are things that we keenly focus on, to make sure that your quality of life is not impacted.
Yeah.
When you get off that train, we want to make sure you have a jitney that's there and works and gets you home in time. And so there are a lot of things that go into our taxes. And of course, the big three part of our taxes is police, fire, and public works.
Yeah.
And that aligns with the people who we have, the professionals that we appreciate, that do all the work that keep us safe and keep us in a wonderful, vibrant infrastructure. Yeah. So we have to pay those individuals their salary and wages and their pensions, and that's a big part of our taxes as well. So
sure.
The combination of all those things is the reason why, at least on the quarter of your taxes on Maplewood side, why the taxes are what they are.
That's right. And I think, if you go back to the beginning of the conversation, when we talk about the character and the charm of our community, you don't get that and big corporate rateable kind of entities at the same time.
Right.
And so, I don't know, I just think that has to be taken into consideration to have this kind of gorgeous residential community.
Yes.
That's so walkable, where I literally can send my kids into town and get a text from a friend or a client that
Right.
says, hey, I just saw your kid,
Right.
and they waved and smiled, and have that small town feel.
Yes.
That's the exchange,
Right.
And that's where it is so special, and we have to, I think, acknowledge that, because you don't get that when it's a big box kind of feel community. And no offense to those, but if you're choosing this, it's important to understand all of that. And I appreciate that explanation, because I even just learned more just now after even living here for this many years.
Well,
So
as you
thank
know, in Maplewood, you don't see really any fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
We do have a Dunkin' Donuts. We have one Dunkin' Donuts. We have one Starbucks.
Right. But to your
and a Burger
point,
King. But that's
you listed Freetown and Lorena's, and we talked about Cornbread and Gigi's, and we've got Stella Luna, and like all of these restaurants, they're all locally owned.
Yes.
Not a single one of them is
Yes.
chain, and that's so special. It goes
Right.
back to the charm and the character.
Right. When they talk about shopping local and small businesses, I like to think that we're the quintessential town of small businesses.
Yeah.
Restaurants, small retail shops, any type of other types of verticals that we have.
Yeah.
That's what makes it amazing. So you have the residential life,
Yes.
and then you have the small business life.
Yep,
And
agreed.
and that's the balance that we have.
All right, so what should I have asked you that I didn't ask you that you want people to know about Maplewood?
Oh man, now that is a great question. Being close to the train for those who commute into the city
Yes.
is such a value add. That 3 of the trains in the evening time, first stop is Maplewood. So
Yeah.
I have coworkers that work in Brooklyn. I get home faster than them. We leave at the
Yes.
same time, and I walk to Penn Station, and I'm home putting the key in my door before they're putting the key in their door in Park Slope, wherever they live in Brooklyn. We are
Amazing.
close to this for those working in the city. That's just an amazing thing when you think about it, right? Because we're in another state. We're not, you're in another borough, but we get home faster.
Right. And I just want our watchers to acknowledge again, you work full-time in the city.
Thank you.
Commute in and out of the city.
Yes.
You are a servant leader and a volunteer who
Yes.
has poured your life and your time and your knowledge and so much into this town. We're so blessed to have you as our mayor.
Thank you.
And I don't think anyone can thank you enough for your service to the community, and for helping people connect the dots there, that you're on that train too.
I am.
And you're paying these taxes too.
Yes, I am.
And you're in this school district too, and you're living this life with us, and you're volunteering in this way. And our business motto and model is care, serve, give.
Yes.
And you and your family are the embodiment of that, the way you have cared for our community, the way you serve everyone in this town, and the way you give back. It's really inspiring, and we're so grateful and just blessed to have you in our lives and serving the community in the way that you do.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate it so much. I really do care. It's all about the people, and my lens is that holistically of all of our residents in town. That's the lens I keep, And that's the lens that I govern by. It's all important that we understand that we are one community,
Yes.
you know, and we move together. Together we will, and we move forward together.
That's right. Amen. I love it. Thank you so much.
Of course, Vanessa, my pleasure.
Well, thank you for joining me on that frank conversation about Maplewood, New Jersey. Listen, I would be honored to answer any of your questions about Maplewood, South Orange, and Northern New Jersey. We love this community and we love being a resource to the people within it. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, obviously we're here to help. But if you just need information, if you need recommendations of contractors, vendors, where to buy window treatments, whatever you may need, I hope you reach out to me and all of us at Pollock Properties Group and allow us to be your resource within this community. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you around town soon. Bye now.